Okay, so F11 to make it full screen. I bought this for my phone, and I was so impressed with the battle that I tried that I decided to buy it for my computer as well, because I wanted to stream. Okay, let me maybe turn the volume down. I don't know, how loud is this? It's pretty loud. Okay, we'll keep it on for now. Oh, let's turn it off. Okay, tutorial. I already did this, but just for the sake of the video. Welcome, young Alexander. You have great aspirations, but you won't make it out of Pella until you learn the Macedonian way of battle. I see you're eager to prove yourself, so let's begin. Navigation. Zoom in or out of the game map using the plus or minus buttons in the lower right of the game screen. Between them is the Reset View button that resets the map to where it fills the screen. If using a touch screen, you can switch to pinch zoom in the settings menu. To pan, click or touch and drag the map. If the game seems stuck, it might be that the action is off screen and you need to zoom out or pan to it. The in-game menu, not available here, is usually in the upper right. You'll find the full rules, historical notes, and a record of the current game. Basics. The game is made up of rounds. One round consists of the following: rally phase, initiative phase, first player turn, move, ranged fire, close combat, second player turn. Higher die rolls are always better, and 0 is 0, not 10 as in some wargames. Victory. Each player's current victory points and the amount they need to win the battle are at the top of the screen. If at the end of a round one player has reached their VP threshold, they win. If both reach their thresholds on the same round, it's a draw. If at any point a player loses their last counter on the map, it's an instant loss and victory for the other player. Unit counter. The illustrations below show what the values on the unit counters mean. The archer has a couple more values that we'll go over during ranged combat. For now, know that the most important values for unit counters are their steps, it's this left thing, which represent a unit's health, strength, and movement allowance. Health, why do they say... You created a battle simulation and you're talking about health. It's the number of men that are... It's the number of men that are still able to fight. Okay, so special ability icon, I don't know what that is. Unit name, phalanx, counter ID, that's like a board game carryover. Image and move type, movement allowance is 4, strength is 5. Special ability icon, steps, missile depletion, threshold, range in hexes, strength, unit name, counter ID, image, movement allowance, okay. Leader counter. A leader has a movement allowance that works the same as units. Leaders also have a command range, which shows the distance in hexes that they influence their units. If a unit is out of command range of all its leaders, it suffers a penalty during close combat and can't rally. A leader's effectiveness, number of stars, is what they add to a rally or close combat roll in the form of a dice roll modifier, DRM. Effectiveness, so that's a star, so they add 1 plus 1 DRM. Leader name Alexander, counter ID is 2, movement allowance is 6, command range is 4. Got it. Rally. At the start of every round, both sides roll for all damaged units within range of a friendly leader. The leader's effectiveness is added to each die roll, and on a total of 9 or better, the unit regains a step. If 2 leaders are within range of a damaged unit, the one that offers the higher bonus is what is automatically used. This is the first round of the game, so all units are healthy and the rally phase is skipped. Okay, regain a step, that's interesting. Initiative. After rallying, if possible, both players roll for initiative, meaning who gets to go first this round. Highest roll wins, with ties going to the non-Macedonian player. Roll now. Okay. You gained the initiative. You won the initiative, so you get the first turn this round. That means you'll perform movement, ranged combat, and close combat. Then your opponent will take their turn and do the same. Movement. This is your movement phase. You can move all of your counters up to their movement allowance. There are 5 types of unit movement indicated by the counter's image: infantry, cavalry, elephant, chariot, oxybellies, don't know how to say that, and ship. I see. 5 types of unit movement indicated by the image: infantry, cavalry, elephant, chariot, and ship. Terrain costs may vary among these types. All leaders in the game use the cavalry type, okay? Counters can stack, and each hex can contain up to 4 steps dots of units and any number of leaders. Select the highlighted unit. You know, one thing I wish that these hex encounter games would do is up front tell you what's the hex scale and how many men is a step. That would help me to visualize what I'm looking at here. Select the highlighted, so I click on it. Destination. All of the counter's possible destination hexes are highlighted. Varying terrain has varying costs, and some terrain may be impossible to enter entirely. The 6 adjacent hexes around each counter are called their zone of control, and a counter moving into an enemy's zone of control must end their movement. Select the highlighted destination hex with the red border. Okay, so the zone of control is this first circle. Okay, so I click there, left click. Nice move. That's really all there is to moving. You'll encounter reinforcements in a later battle, but it works almost exactly the same. The only difference is when you initially place the reinforcement, you'll select it from the reinforcements panel, and the counter's movement will begin from a designated entry hex or a choice of entry hexes. Ranged combat. This is the ranged combat phase. Note the highlighted unit's range is 3 in the black circle on the left there, meaning it can target units up to 3 hexes away. Do they need direct line of sight? Superscripted to the unit's range is its missile supply threshold number, 0 in this case. If you roll 0, the unit will go to low missiles. Then, if you roll a 0 a second time in a subsequent ranged combat for that unit, it will have no missiles, and you won't be able to conduct ranged combat with it again for the rest of the game. Okay, so that's interesting. So that's like 1 in 100. You can use it 100 times, right? You're rolling a d10. If you hit a 0, you go to low. So that's 1 out of 10. And then you hit a 0 again, you have... Yeah, so like you should be able to use it 100 times, I think. I think my math is right there. Okay, left click. Target an enemy. Now you'll choose a target. The target can't be a leader, and your ranged unit must have line of sight to that unit. Your archer can't target the enemy archer because there's a forest hex between them blocking line of sight. For more on line of sight, consult the ranged combat rules. Now select the highlighted enemy counter, a hoplite unit. Okay, so I left click. Ranged fire table. The ranged fire table appears. Your target is 2 hexes away. Possible results are D number. The defender will take that much damage, losing that many steps. DR number. The defender will retreat that many hexes and become delayed. What does delayed mean? Okay. NE, no effect. Oh, that's the last one. When you're ready, hit the roll button in the lower right to loose those arrows. Okay. Bottom right. Ranged fire roll result. Not bad, you rolled an 8. Notice on the ranged fire table, it highlights that row. A DR2 result means defender must retreat, moving 2 hexes away from the ranged unit that fired. If it can't do so, it'll take damage. Hit the green check button to continue. Okay. Delayed. The unit retreated 2 hexes. Every unit that retreats is marked as being delayed. This means that it won't be able to move during its next movement phase, but it will shed its delayed state, okay? One last thing about ranged combat is that you can only target an enemy counter once per ranged fire phase, so plan your targets wisely. I see. You can only target it once, so if you have like 3 ranged units and one of them is closer, you'll want to attack with the one that's closer, because if you attack with one that's further away and you miss, you can't then attack with another one that's closer. You can only attack with one of your guys on that unit per fire phase, ranged fire phase. Got it. Close combat. We've reached the close combat phase. This phase works a little bit differently in that you select your target, a hex with enemies in it, first. Then you select your attackers, including up to 1 leader. Close combat is only possible if one of your units is adjacent to an enemy. Only one hex fits that description here, so go ahead and select it. Okay, left click, CRT. You're presented with the combat results table. Along its top, the table displays possible ratios of a total attacker strength to total defender strength, rounded down. Okay, so that's this blue row at the top. As you select attackers, the game will highlight the relevant column. The attackers and defenders each include a leader, so their leader effectiveness, the stars, will be added attackers or subtracted defenders from the attack roll. This would be 0 if no leader was involved, but if either side was out of command range of any of their leaders, they'd suffer a penalty. Okay. CRT continued. So, okay, so right. -2. But oh, because I haven't selected my leader to attack to contribute. I was wondering why I don't get the attacker leader bonus. So because I'm attacking him, they already get the defender leader bonus. When I select my leader to participate, I will get the attacker leader bonus. CRT continued. In addition to the possible results you've already seen during ranged combat, any D number and DR number, there are a few new ones. A number means the attackers will take that much damage, losing that many steps. A R number means the attackers will retreat that many hexes and become delayed. EX means the attackers and defenders will each lose 1 step in exchange. He should have specified that meant exchange. CRT continued. Retreats in close combat apply to all of that side's counters, including leaders. And if any counter can't retreat, penalties apply. Damage, on the other hand, is applied randomly. So 3 damage could go to 1 unit or 3. So to me, what that means is you don't want to have 2 rows of infantry back to back, because if you have 4 steps here and 4 steps here, and then your guy needs to retreat and he can't because there's a guy behind him, he's gonna take damage. So you really want to limit to like 1 row of guys, assuming they're 4-step units. Okay, select all the surrounding attackers to continue. Sure. 1, left click, left click. So the green one means select everybody in the select or deselect everybody in the hex, and then you click the gray button to close that, and then left click this one. Dice roll modifiers. At 4-to-1, you've got the best possible ratio for an attacking side. Once you're at 4-to-1, adding more units won't improve your ratio, but you still might want to, because if you occupy enough hexes around the enemy, you could get a defender surrounded bonus to your attack roll, like the +2 we've got here. There it is. I want to know how does that work? Like, how many hexes do you need to occupy to get that bonus? Take note of the additional modifiers that will be applied to this attack roll. You can find more details in the full rules. Press the roll button when you're ready to attack. Let's see, we've got attacker leader bonus, defender leader bonus, attacker out of command, defender terrain bonus, elevation difference, attack across a river, defender surrounded, final modifier +1. Got it. Okay, roll in the bottom right. Defender loses 4 steps. Leader casualty check. If one side includes 1 or more leaders and takes damage, the leader will have to perform a leader casualty check. On a roll of 0, that leader is eliminated. If it was a retreat result and the leader couldn't retreat, he'd have to do a leader casualty check where he'd need to roll a 4 or higher to pass or be eliminated. Not being able to retreat is deadly. Okay. That's interesting. So it's like, it's more dangerous in this situation, the leader is actually safer than if he had to retreat and could not retreat. In this case, it's not a retreat. So the Greek leader needs a 1 or higher to pass. 0. Eliminated. Advance after combat. Ouch. Another tough roll for your opponent. Their leader was eliminated. Now that hex is completely empty. Anytime a hex is vacated after close combat, whether through elimination, retreat, or a combination of the two, the attackers have the option to advance their attackers into it while respecting normal stacking limits. Select the phalanx with the red border to advance. Okay, left click on him and left click on advance one attacker. Well done. You've done well thus far, Alexander. You can now exit this tutorial from this pop-up, or you can continue fighting to get more familiar with the rules without the pressure of winning. You can also exit from the menu during your turn. When you're ready, take on the first battle at Charonea, or jump right into the full campaign that links all battles together and grades your performance. You can also play online to test your might against others around the world. It is said you have the divine blood of Heracles and Achilles running through your veins. May Tyche, luck, the gods, and Areté be with you as you gain honor and claim your empire. All right. So it's my turn. Oh, we roll for initiative. I rolled a 9, so I win initiative. So 1, 2, 3. I'll move him. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe here. I'll move him here, him here. Him here, him here, and him I'll move here. So for you, I will roll distance 2 hexes. Oh, I should have moved him closer. No effect. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they have stuff. Oh, it's an archer. Okay, so we're gonna kill you. Roll. 1 step. That's ridiculous. Oh, God. There goes my archers. Okay. That was silly. Okay, I win again. Okay, I want to kill this guy first. 2 to 1. That's not quite as good as I wanted. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's do this guy first. 4 to 1. Okay, he's dead. Okay. I'm not going to advance. Him. 3 to 1. Okay, that's fine. Defender loses 2 steps. Nice. Okay. Initiative. Okay, so he wins initiative. He should run away. Okay, you go here. You go here. Done. Bum, 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 bum. 4 steps. And that's it. Here we go. All right, there's the tutorial. Next up, I want to try, maybe I'll try the campaign. Last time I did a quick game, I think I did this one, Cheronea, as the Athenians, because it says it's easier. What's this? Usually more difficult for the Macedonians. I see. Yeah, maybe I'll just do the campaign next time. Alright, but that's it for this video. I just wanted to start to record videos about this game because it looks really nice.